like to call the meeting to order and roll call. I know that all trustees are present and accounted for, which is a good thing. Welcome to our ample audience today. I guess we have some appreciations and recognitions going out, so that'll be fun. Let's see, our first item will be hearing of citizens, and I have one slip from Lanny Ebenstein.
Yeah.
There you go. Didn't know you'd be up so quick, huh?
Pardon?
Didn't know you'd be up so quick.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Thank you. Members of the Board of Trustees and Dr. Gaskin, my name is Lanny Ebenstein, and I would like to thank you for the opportunity of the Santa Barbara County Taxpayers Association Board to have lunch at City College next Tuesday to review plans for the proposed Santa Barbara City College bond. As you know, the Taxpayers Association has played a leading role in many bond and parcel tax measures, many for schools in Santa Barbara County in recent years. In a recent poll of Santa Barbara County residents, the Santa Barbara County Taxpayers Association was rated the most trusted organization in Santa Barbara County with respect to its positions on issues. More than half of Santa Barbara County residents said that they are very influenced or somewhat influenced by the recommendations of the Taxpayers Association, and most of those who said that they were influenced by the Taxpayers Association said that they were very influenced. It is also interesting to note that the Taxpayers Association has very low negatives. Though not all voters are influenced by us in a positive direction, very few are influenced by us in a negative direction. In recent years, the Taxpayers Association has taken positions on many school bond and parcel tax elections in the county. Every single school bond or parcel tax we have supported has been successful. Every proposal that we have not supported has been unsuccessful. The community looks to the Taxpayers Association as the watchdog of the taxpayers' funds. So I would just like to say again, thank you very much for the opportunity to meet with you next Tuesday and review the proposal. We look forward to being in further contact with the district administration with respect to the details of the meeting and various other matters concerning it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lane. Okay, we'll move into recognitions, and we're going to start with a recognition for 2013 Technology Leadership Award. And Lori, if you'll
Thank you
introduce
so
us.
much. Oftentimes, our IT department is comprised of individuals who are quiet heroes. They work diligently behind the scenes to make sure everything functions so beautifully and so well. And goodness knows that this institution relies upon our IT department to fulfill our mission and our purpose. And so it's a real joy to be able to recognize at a statewide level the leadership within IT. And it's absolutely my pleasure to introduce to you Gary Bird. And Gary Bird is with the Technology, Research, and Information Systems Division of the California Community College's Chancellor's Office. And he is here to make a very special presentation tonight. So Gary.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity to come here and to honor Dr. Paul Bishop with this award. We give this award out annually. It goes to two individuals. This year, Dr. Paul Bishop is one of those. And a little bit about the award. It recognizes individuals demonstrating excellence in ingenuity and resourcefulness. It also it's recognized as having a significant contribution to the community college system as a whole, and also in local, regional, and state contributions as well. And the award itself is, the recipients are selected by their peers. So in reviewing, Dr. Paul Bishop was submitted for the award by a peer. And they told us that he has made significant impacts to the school here for the faculty, staff, and administration when he orchestrated the campus-wide network infrastructure and upgrading the wireless expansion. And he also transformed the Blackboard Transact implementation to make it a valuable and useful resource. So I know he serves as the Vice President of Technology for the Santa Barbara City College here. And he's a member of our Technology and Telecommunications Advisory Committee. That committee is an overarching advisory committee for the California community colleges, and it oversees a variety of initiatives. 3 of the big initiatives that it's overseeing right now are the online education, the education planning initiative, and also the common assessment initiative. So I don't know if you guys have heard of those yet, but those steering committees have just been formed. These are some of the pet projects from the governor, and you'll be hearing a lot more of them here in the near future. So Dr. Paul Bishop has been a very valuable resource on that advisory committee for these steering committees. I know he's been on a lot of other committees, including the CISOA board. I actually met him at the CISOA convention this year. I know he's a mentor and instructor for that certification program. That's the Information Systems Officers. And he also helped shape the statewide Open CCC Apply. That's the online application for California community colleges, and also our video conferencing initiatives. So with that, I want to congratulate Dr. Paul Bishop. If you can come down here and join me.
Do you want to say anything, please?
Well, Board and Lori, I'd like to say thank you for allowing me to participate in these statewide activities that were part of the consideration for this recognition. But also thank you for helping me hire the best IT staff in the nation. We have an outstanding group. Lisa Lopez, Jason Walker, Jim Clark, Dan Watkins, and 40-plus IT professionals that report up through them have given me so many wonderful best practices to share across the California Community College system. And that's what I really enjoy, is being able to share the things that we do here with others in the state. I have the best job in the world. I work with the best management team ever, and I even get to play golf on the weekends, so it just doesn't get any better. Thank you.
Lori, would you like to introduce our next recognition?
It is my pleasure to introduce Kathy O'Connor, who is Department Chair of the Physical Education Program, to make a very special presentation to one of our retired faculty members in that department, who has been equally recognized by the state in her professional organization. Kathy.
President Gaskin, President Macker, members of the board, thank you very much for allowing me to make this presentation today. This is a very special award for one of our retired faculty, and I want to give you just a little brief history of Pat's experiences here at City College, and then she's going to make a couple of comments. She began her career in 1976 as our women's volleyball and women's tennis coach, also as an instructor in physical education. She coached volleyball for 6 years with an impressive record of 128-16. During that period, her teams won the WSC championship 5 times, and she was named the WSC Volleyball Coach of the Year 4 times. She also coached tennis for 15 years with a record of 250-28. Her team won 14 WSC championships. She was named the Tennis Coach of the Year 10 times. For her success as a coach, she was honored in 1991 as the California Coach of the Year in tennis, and she was inducted into the Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable Hall of Fame in 1999, and in 2000, the California Community College Tennis Hall of Fame. She's undoubtedly been the most successful coach that we've had at Santa Barbara City College. She represented the WSC on the Commission of Athletics, which is now the California Community College Athletic Association, from 1985 to 1991. She was our Associate Athletic Director and later our Department Chair in Physical Education from 1985 until her retirement in 2003. Since her retirement, she's kept close to the college and the local athletic programs as a board member of the Santa Barbara Athletic Roundtable, and for several years she served as their chair of their annual Fall Hall of Fame banquet. Pat's contributions to our program, and particularly to our student athletes' success, has been unparalleled. Her primary purpose throughout her career was to ensure the ongoing success of her students. And this is proven by the number of student athletes who have matriculated to four-year institutions and on to many diverse careers as productive members of our community. As a friend and colleague, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Pat McPhee as the new member of the California Community College Athletic Association Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Kathy. Good afternoon. I was so overwhelmed by being inducted into the 3CAA Hall of Fame, and there are so many deserving coaches of this award, so it was really a special time for me. But today means a lot to me too, to be recognized by Santa Barbara City College, who took a chance on me in 1976. And I was unproven at that time. So I thank you for this, and I'm very fortunate and blessed to be here today. I always wanted to be a physical educator ever since I was very, very young. But other things happened, and I didn't go to college right out of high school. But because of the community college system, I had the opportunity to pursue my professional career. I went to 3 community colleges. I'm very lucky I had access to a community college because we moved a lot during those days. And so I went to Chabot College, Tioga Valley College, and College of the Desert. And when I transferred to UC Riverside, I was well prepared. I was ready. And I got my bachelor's and my credential, my master's later on. I had a wonderful 32 years in education, especially my years as a vaquero. I had exceptional student athletes, strong support from administration, faculty, and staff, and community. And I was very fortunate that I was able to participate and witness the growth of women's intercollegiate athletics. But most important, at SBCC, I found lifelong friendships, which I treasure. So again, I thank you for this recognition today, and I thank my division for nominating me for the award and for their support through the years. And most of all, I think I'm very, very thankful that we have the California Community College system, because without it, I never could have fulfilled my dreams. Thank you.
I think I will go down to the podium and ask Blake Barron to please join me.
So we'll be presenting an honorarium and certificate to Blake Barron, who was the faculty lecturer for 2013-14.
Okay. It's truly an honor to be able to present this plaque, which I will read in a moment, and the honorarium to Blake Barron. Blake, as you know, is our faculty lecturer for 2013-14, and truly this preeminent honor speaks to the nature of and caliber of our faculty. This program couldn't be more celebratory in terms of recognizing the caliber of who we have teaching our students. And truly, when we think about a faculty lecturer, it's really in the context of first among equals. Blake, and to his credit, every faculty lecturer gives credit to the peers with whom he or she works, because to a person, they all fuel the excellence and the drive that is SBCC. I did want to share with you that the faculty lecture plaque reads that the Board of Trustees of the Santa Barbara Community College District awards this certificate of recognition to Mr. Blake Barron in recognition of election by peers at Santa Barbara City College as the faculty lecturer for 2013-14. Appreciation is expressed for enriching the lives of past, present, and future generations of students, as well as the lecturer's years of dedicated service to SBCC and the community to which it belongs. So this is a beautiful engraved plaque, so I will hand that to you. Equally as important is the honorarium, and there you go.
Thank you.
And I also want to say that as you will join us at our commencement ceremony this year, we are starting a new tradition. The faculty lecturer has always led the processional and the recessional of the students in. But new this year is that he, but in future years, she, will be carrying a mace, and that mace is a commencement mace, and it has the hallmark of the Santa Barbara City College on the top of it, and it is part of the tradition and ceremony of commencement. So we have that to look forward to. And if you cannot see Blake's shirt, you'll want to check it out when you get the cupcakes, because it's full of kind of the sex, drugs, and rock and roll that we learned about during his faculty presentation. So, Blake, did you want to make a comment
quickly,
or a
yes.
hug? Okay.
And
A comment.
I was overwhelmed when they ambushed me during my fetal pig lab last year in my scrubs. So wore something a little bit more appropriate. I want to thank the board and the faculty lecture committee for what is an unbelievable honor and very humbling because of the fact that I grew up on this campus to a great degree. I am the man I am today because of the colleagues that I work with. We are so fortunate to have such a wonderful administration and faculty and staff that have at the soul of this college a dedication to student success. We are very, very lucky. You know, we need to cherish that and retain that. And it makes all of us want to just work harder every day. So thank you. Appreciate it.
So our final recognition will be for the 2014 Outstanding Classified Employee and the Honorable Mention Classified Employees. And Dr. Gaskin, are you
Yes, and I would
going to do
warmly like to ask Liz Auchincloss, who is chair of our classified consultation group, to come down and make these most important presentations.
Good afternoon, members of the board. This year, 2014, we had 14 nominations. All of them were great. We had to pick 4 honorable mentions and 1 employee of the year. Out of that, it was very hard, but we did come to an agreement. The members of Classified Consultation Group and the members of the union's executive committee got together and we chose them. So I will. Okay. I'll start with the honorable mentions and work out. First honorable mention works in the duplicating department. He does an outstanding job for my department, which he was nominated by the philosophy department. He has risen to the occasion so many times when we had a sudden need for something to be duplicated. He has always been efficient, expedient, and close to error-free. If every department worked at such levels of efficiency and precision, SBCC would jump a notch above being number 1 in the U.S. Our philosophy department has worked with him for well over a decade, and that quiet, non-intrusive, tucked-away duplicating department has not gotten the attention it deserves for its consistently reliable work, and this employee has been a significant historical part of that. Please recognize Robert Mendoza as an honorable mention. Okay, the next honorable mention works as a senior office assistant in the Continuing Education Student Support Services Department. She is always positive, optimistic, and passionate, above all, dedicated and loyal. She has played a vital role in supporting the Student Support Services Department staff with the numerous changes that continuing education has undergone in recent years. Her outstanding service and achievements are endless. Her responsibilities include fielding incoming calls from prospective and currently enrolled students, managing student walk-ins, scheduling appointments for all CE advisors and counselors, handling all transcript transactions, and guiding students through the enrollment process. She plays a critical role in organizing the adult high school GED graduation committee meetings. She takes lead assignments for the committee, including contacting eligible students to attend, ordering caps and gowns, advertising the event, and coordinating with the facilities department to ensure a successful graduation. Outside of work, she volunteers at Dos Pueblos High School. She assists the band, the school carnival, and her background in web design, the yearbook committee. Both at work and in the community, she always goes above and beyond. Please recognize Emma Cruz as an honorable mention.
I just wanted to say I was so nervous to come, and I'm still nervous, as you can hear my voice. I have the best team to work with, and I think that helps a lot to be able to be as successful as we are with all the changes that are going on with our department. So if you ever want to stop by, we're over at Schott Center, room number 2. So thank you so much.
The next honorable mention works in the Information Technology Department as the database administrator. He continually exceeds expectations in the service, achievements, and contribution he makes to SBCC. What impresses the most is his ability to work with and solve issues in other departments. He often looks for ways to help employees in other departments, finance, payroll, HR, amongst others, to simplify day-to-day tasks with the use of technology and reports. This is above and beyond the work assigned to him. His work ethic, integrity, and expertise in the area of databases and programming have set standards that many on his team aspire to reach. He does this with an open mind and heart, always willing to jump in and help his colleagues. In meetings, he helps mediate opposing views by suggesting alternatives and options that are new and supportive of the outcome for all interested parties. The skill and honesty it takes to effect this kind of change has made our institution a better place for everyone. He has taken a leadership role in alternative transportation and has been a van pool driver, safely bringing several employees to and from campus each day. He supports our community by volunteering and supporting the California Coastal Horse Rescue. He also serves on the Elmhurst PTA and the Santa Monica Trail Council. Please recognize Scott Kennedy as an honorable mention.
Big microphone. I've been here a long time as a student and now as an employee. I guess I should have taken a speech class instead of just computer science courses. I do a lot better behind a monitor than a podium. But thank you. It's a great honor, and it's a great honor to serve this community every day. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. The last honorable mention works for the International Student Support Program. She is professional, diligent, self-directed, resourceful, collaborative, and passionate about her work. She is an enthusiastic team player, a trusted colleague, and an inspiring mentor and role model for her students. For the ISSP, she developed and implemented the International Ambassador Program. This is an innovative student outreach and mentorship program that has been vital to their ability to assist students with the cultural adjustment process. She was also instrumental in establishing the Language Exchange Program, which currently serves 160 students, staff, and faculty who are paired with a language partner to help them learn another language. On the campus-wide level, she has participated on the All-Campus Kickoff Committee, the Winter Celebration, and currently serves on an accreditation committee. In the community, she is engaged with her students in volunteering with Direct Relief International, Habitat for Humanity, and United Way. While working full-time, she pursued a master's degree in intercultural relations to further enhance her skills. Most recently, she was accepted as a trainee in the National NAFSA Academy Program, a professional development program for professionals in the field of international education. Please recognize Shelby Harrington as an honorable mention.
Thank you very much for this honor. I would like to say that this was almost my first job right after college, so I have truly become a professional at SBCC, and I think that that's a reflection of the culture that we have here that not only helps our students be very successful, but also helps shape our employees into successful professionals as well. So thank you again, and thank you to all of you for all of your training and feedback and help over these years.
Okay. The 2014 Outstanding Classified Employee of the Year works as the Career Technical Education Programs Outreach Coordinator. She's very professional, very attentive, very competent, and very accessible. She is an incredibly hard-working individual. She is always going above and beyond when asked to help in coordinating events and campus tours for prospective students and parents regarding the career technical education programs. She volunteers to work with SBCC Weekend of Welcome and the Spring Preview Day. She is also very knowledgeable about many other departments on campus, such as admissions, EOPS, and others, and is extremely helpful in many situations when students encounter an unusual registration or application hurdle. She's able to quickly determine the problem and find a solution. She's always good-natured, calm, and efficient as she deals with hundreds of students, including many local high school students, giving the student tours of the campus and offering encouragement in the various offerings at SBCC. This sometimes includes groups of very young students and also ones who have not had positive school experiences. She treats all with the same regard and respect. She provides outstanding outreach activities for our community by visiting many local high schools. She has helped create the Santa SBCC Day at Los Paredes Boys Camp to help students who are incarcerated. She is always helping students get the most from all our SBC departments by being a mentor to the students she serves. She never says no to anything. She will always help and do 110%. She attends CTE advisory committee meetings, which provide her the opportunity to interact with community members. She also attends CTE division meetings and is a valuable resource for all faculty, staff, and administrators. As a classified employee, she represents classified staff as a member of the Classified Consultation Group. She is an outstanding co-worker, team player, and student advocate. Please recognize Elizabeth Stein as the 2014 Outstanding Classified Employee of the Year.
Was that a no?
Wow. I would have been happy with a cupcake. I think there's so many deserving people. I feel so fortunate. Sorry. To work at such an amazing place. I've been here for over 10 years, and I think I've gotten so emotional because hearing the person that nominated me talk about why I do what I do is because I was that kid in the community college system that was lost and had no access and, you know, all of the things, and that's why I do what I do. And I'm just really, really grateful that I'm given the opportunity every single day to be able to work on this campus because we are so student focused, and I have the opportunity where I don't have to say no 9 times out of 10. So I thank you for this recognition, and I think I just appreciate so much being part of the classified group on this campus. I feel that we work so hard for our students, and it's an amazing group to be part of. So this is for all of our classifieds. Thank you.
Just want to congratulate all of the honorable mentions and the Employee of the Year, and that concludes the presentation.
And what a bunch. I'm humbled by the caliber of everyone we just recognized and the humility of each one of you. We're so grateful. I can speak on behalf of the board. We're so grateful for your contributions here and how you bring success to so many students here on campus. And we're going to have a 5-minute break and enjoy cupcakes, but I'd like to give another round of applause to each and every one of you. Here we are. Start right in again. We'll move into approval of the minutes of the meeting of March 27, 2014. And can I have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second?
Second.
Discussion.
I'd like to make a comment that there's no mention of the abortive effort of one trustee to try to be here electronically. And this is a message to all of us that electronics, no matter how sophisticated, don't always work.
So we'll include a comment that
And
Peter
the-
Haslund did try to attend the meeting, and it did not work.
Peter, as I recall, you were here, but so was the airport.
And all the extraneous noise.
I think the technology worked, but
In the
maybe it was
business-
some other factors, environmental factors.
In the business world, we used to call it operator error.
I think we're going to move on to a
In
vote.
defense of Mr. Bischoff's recent award, and
So everybody in favor of approving these minutes with that amendment as suggested? Say
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I will
Abstain?
We got a good laugh out of
I
it.
think you hurt his feelings, Craig. Okay, moving on to communications. First up is Kenley Newfield, report by Academic Senate.
That was truly wonderful. I really enjoyed Craig's comment. You see this screen up here? Your face was the size of that screen. It was pretty amazing. We really felt your presence.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
you're digging deeper. You know?
Okay.
This isn't working well.
You know what? I want to just comment that I have the best job in the world, as opposed to all the other people that said the same thing. First of all, I want to thank you that later in your agenda, I do hope that you will approve the 6 new faculty members that'll start next year, which is a great movement. And I think last meeting, I think it was 7, I think we did. So I think we're getting pretty close to our full complement again, which is fantastic. And in this day and age of, speaking of technology, there's very little opportunity for surprise anymore because we get to share instantly, we get to walk around with our, everybody's in our pocket all the time. And so it's not with a great surprise that I get to say that the Senate approved the next year's faculty lecturer for the college, and that's Sonia Zuniga Lumeli from the Modern Languages Department. She teaches Spanish, and a wonderful, wonderful person. If you don't know her, you should step out of your way to go meet her because she is really a jewel. And so we hope that we will get to hear her next year. We will get to hear her next year in the faculty lecture, and that'll be really fantastic for all of us. We also approved, I guess it's this time of year we get to recognize, and I think that we can say that we could probably say wonderfully kind words about virtually everybody who works here, because everybody here is just amazing. And we get to highlight 6 faculty members for Faculty Excellence Award every year. And so the 6 for next year are Jordy Armstrong, Barbara Bell, Katie Laris, Julie Smith, Bill Spiewak, and Ellen Stoddard. And that includes full-time tenured faculty, part-time faculty, and continuing education faculty. So it's a real nice spectrum of recognition across our entire district. So it's really great to be able to mention those names, and we'll get to hear more about them throughout the year next year as we honor them monthly. And finally, the faculty elected Kim Monda as the Senate President-elect. And so you might be thinking, what does that mean exactly? So I will just say that that means that for the next year, she gets to follow me around and come to meetings if she wants to, and serve and learn about the role of being president, and then would serve as president for 2 years. So that is, she's in the English department, and she's been serving on CPC and planning and resources, and an excellent, excellent candidate for this position, and she will serve the faculty well. I am certain of that. We also voted to support a summer institute for institutional student learning outcomes. And this is important because we have student learning outcomes in our courses and in our programs, and we also have institutional student learning outcomes, which is what I think we try to present as what our students should be walking away from our institution with. And the Summer Institute will be looking at those again a little bit more closely. We haven't touched on them in that capacity in several years. And then also to consider ways where we can do an assessment of them that's really representative of what they say. And so in the fall, I think the idea will be to pilot a survey tool where we ask students where they see themselves along the spectrum of our student learning outcomes at the institutional level. So look for more on that in the future. The rest of our work has really been focused on the continued board policies and procedures for administrative procedures. And I was called a soldier yesterday. We moved through, I don't know, probably 12 or 13 of them yesterday in our meeting, and just right through them, and made a few comments. The more difficult ones we tabled for the next meeting. That's how you get through stuff, right? You just keep putting off the ones that take longer. But in addition to that, we have some committees that continue to work on some projects, and since we're nearing the end of the year, I just want to mention a couple of those. The Planning and Resources Committee has spent all of spring semester taking a deep dive into our room utilization, room priority, and scheduling, which is a huge endeavor, particularly given that we have so many students, limited capacity for rooms, and also making sure that everything is being assigned appropriately as well as across the time. Not everyone can take a class between 9 and 1 as much as we perhaps would like to teach it or take it. So that's the Planning and Resources Committee. Our Sabbatical Leave Committee has been reviewing proposals for next year's sabbatical leave, and at our next meeting I will present those to you, or they'll be brought to you for next year. So that'll be at your May 22nd meeting. I think we'll do that. And finally, the Faculty Professional Development Committee has worked all year to work on our fall in-service, which is the 2 days leading into the fall semester. So the schedule, what types of workshops that we'll have for faculty, and those types of things. So that's what the Senate has been doing. So, questions or comments?
Good. No, thank you. Very busy. Next up is our representative for our associated students, Ellie. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, it's been a big month. We continue to make a lot of progress on our Hallmark projects, which for the year I would consider to be the food bank and our program to provide school showers for our houseless students. And there's a lot of administrative details that go along with that. But my Vice President of External Affairs, we went on the Political Science Department Sacramento internship 2 weeks ago, and he's the head of this shower program, and he brought it up with our representative, Doss Williams, who is the head of the Higher Education Committee in Sacramento, and considering bringing up that program on a state level, which is really exciting. But then in the future, we have an upcoming joint meeting with UCSB's associated students, which is really monumental because we have sort of had a halfway relationship or a non-existent relationship, which isn't okay because we have at least 5,000 students in Isla Vista. And we're looking to institutionalize a more concrete relationship with their student government, which is really important as Isla Vista changes its culture and community. And then next weekend, a week from tomorrow, we leave for General Assembly to meet with other student governments from California community colleges. And we have a student who has a resolution coming up on how to change our lobbying system a little bit with the Capitol. Lastly, we have a new student senate. It's really exciting, made up of, I would say, 2/3 current members and then a third new people, which is always important. I would have to say that I was disappointed that there were no contests for seats. I'm disappointed in myself. I think I went on that internship and then spring break and just didn't gauge the time accurately. And I think for next year, as each of the members of the Senate were writing how we can improve our positions and what we would recommend to the next person, and I would just talk about timelining to the next president and to just managing a project is an essential life skill, and that hit hard. So anyhow, I will be here next time after my stats exam. So any questions?
I had a question. What do you expect the continuation to be of current members next fall out of the Student Senate?
Yes, so the current Vice President of Internal Affairs, Gracie Maynetto, who is the food bank brainchild. It's her brainchild. So she is the new president. And then Nicholas Stile, who went to Sacramento, and he's the showers are his project, and he'll be the new student trustee. Yeah, other than that, I don't know that you would know them, but great.
Is there, I guess I'm looking more for a percentage of how many returning academics?
So 2/3, I would say, are
that
returning.
Still holds. Okay, good, thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good number.
Pardon me for leaving early, I have class at 5.
And Liz had another item to discuss besides just giving out recognitions.
Good afternoon again. I wanted to report back on the outcome of the MOU for the classified teaching part-time as adjuncts, and we had the vote last week, and overwhelmingly the members elected to support their colleagues that are teaching. It was like a 91.6% yes vote, so I wanted to report that back to you. So I was very happy to see that all the staff members who voted, members wanted to support the 39 members who actually will continue to be able to teach as adjuncts for a while. And then the second thing is you have an agenda item 2.3 for the Classified School Employee Week. It's on your agenda. And I also wanted to thank Jack and Lori for opening up membership in the Student Equity Committee. I think that's what it's called. It meets tomorrow, and many staff members who don't usually participate in things, I see are on the list, so that's very nice to have that. And the consultation group had 2 at-large seats. We had many people interested, and so we've added 2 new people to our group. So, any questions?
No. All set. Next is report from Dr. Gaskin.
Well, thank you very much. I just have to comment that there couldn't be a finer time than celebrating our faculty and staff, and tonight was just one of those moments. In a few more weeks, we'll be celebrating our students, but boy, this just feels good. And you know, the academic calendar is sometimes quite grueling, and particularly when you're on a compressed semester, it just gets really, really exhausting toward the end. So it's pretty nice to just pause for a moment and really refocus on what's so important. I wanted to comment as well, Kenley, on the Board Policy Administrative Procedure Review process. We are in about the 2nd year of that process, and it's extraordinarily detailed and extraordinarily deep in its thorough review. And I have to commend our Board Policies Academic Procedures Committee for taking their role so very seriously, and then the constituent groups, the Academic Senate and the Managers Group and everyone else involved. But I want to give a shout out, if you will, but a real recognition to a couple of people who are shouldering this. And number one is Allison Curtis, who is sitting over there. As you can well imagine, the academic and student support program areas require her input considerably, and she is becoming our resident expert in that. I would also like to commend Kenley and the Academic Senate. They review every single document, and nothing goes unnoticed with them, and it's really important. It's creating a much richer set of documents. Pat and her crew, most notably Jody, last name. Thank you. I was going to say Foster, and then I thought, no, that's an actress, right? Okay, sorry. Top, I think, is 2 of your members, Marcia Croninger and Marty Bloom. Boy, they are remarkable in being your representatives in scrutinizing every single element of board policy. And when it comes to you, it's in tip-top shape. And we probably have memorized every single word in, well, certainly Marcia has, in Education Code and Title V, and I can only strive to meet her, and my goal is to beat her in that. Kudos. And I say that because I'm preparing you that we will extend Jane Wright's contract in order to get this project done into year 3, and I am committed to having it completed next year. And I'll keep the date to myself right now, but we are finishing it. We have to finish the project for many, many reasons, most notably accreditation. So the project has to be done. Okay, having said that, I too want to comment on what I have named the Student Access, Success, and Equity Committee. And I saw it not as a constituent-based committee, but as a committee where people passionate about this issue of disparity in student success by ethnicity would be able to step forward and contribute to the future of our institution. And over 70 individuals have done so. Jack is doing an admirable job in beginning to lead that group with the first meeting tomorrow. So I thank you, Jack. On top of absolutely everything going on at this institution, you get a flavor of this every day that we meet. And you're going to hear about accreditation, which is just everyone is shouldering. Jack has taken on student access, success, and equity, and I appreciate that. I also believed that we needed to step up to the plate relative to what we're calling student citizenship. And it's being inculcating in our students a sense of responsibility that when they come to Santa Barbara City College, there are expectations, not only academic expectations, but behavioral expectations, and certainly being a good neighbor and a good citizen. And this was something that I had been churning on ever since some early winter events in Isla Vista, but it was exacerbated by Deltopia. So I have asked Jack as well to champion the bringing together of a task force, a work group, to address tangible things that we can do to reduce and eliminate those choices that lead to poor behaviors and violations of student conduct standards, and create an atmosphere celebrating the positive behaviors and the positive choices. So that's happening. And then two more things. In front of you are a number of materials. I came across this document, Financial Aid 101. It's really one of the best documents I have seen in introducing what federal financial aid and financial aid opportunities are all about. So a really good read, and it's a good nighttime read. And then the Instructors Association has reinvigorated a printed newsletter for your review, as well as for all of us at the campus. Well worth the read. And then finally, in sitting down with your board president, I simply put to paper what we had talked generally about in terms of the board self-evaluation. This is nothing new. We started with the dialogue on March 27th, and according to your board policy, we need to get it done prior to June 30th, and you will notice that on June 12th, we will conclude the actual process with a facilitated, and that was a request from last year, facilitated dialogue in open session on the results of the board self-evaluation. The facilitator, I'm working with individuals who have done this before, and also with Craig Price, who has ample knowledge about facilitators. The one who we had hoped to get, Cinder Smith, is unavailable on that date. So then this culminates, remember you're in a cycle, so it culminates in the board creating board goals and objectives, goals in August at our retreat. And that's it.
Thank you, Lori, and thank you, Marty and Marcia. I'm glad you mentioned about the board policies. We're in our 20th month of that, maybe. And I really appreciate you two stepping up.
We're going to have a party.
More cupcakes.
No.
That's bigger than that, huh?
Much bigger.
Pizza.
If we could have reports from board members, Marianne or Peter.
Go ahead.
And I have one too.
I have two committees to quickly report on. I attended the first board meeting of the foundation, now as your trustee representative, and during that board meeting, we heard about Success for All, which appears to be going well, though there is slight confusion about how much has been raised yet. If you look at the website, you'll see two different numbers. I hope they add together. Lori made a very impressive and useful discussion at the board meeting about the college and where we're headed and what they hoped the foundation could do to help. And it was very compelling, and so I wanted to mention that to you. Now, the facilities report. If you remember, we're doing air conditioning, which we call air handler, and it was decided to divide that into two pieces, so that one piece, which is not too messy and difficult, could be done during the time that school was in session, and one piece would have to wait until the summer, so it would be less disturbing. So in your packet, you see both the discussion of phase one of that, which is completed and is being described, and phase two. And then the refurbishment of the accounting and payroll offices, which of course we all want to happen. We want happy accounting and payroll. And then we were thrilled to receive the notice of completion of the humanities building. And then there were change orders for the lockup upgrade project. And I think that doesn't surprise any of us. We knew that was a very complicated and difficult project. We saw a very impressive presentation of how that occurred. And that presentation is what is being given nationally by other schools interested in this project. The committee agrees and requests that you support all of these.
The Ed Policies Committee did meet in March. We focused, as has been our practice, on a distinct issue, and the issue was, what do we do about honors programs at Santa Barbara City College, and why should we? And the answer to the second question is that we have three basic programs: the President's Honor Roll, the national fraternity called Phi Theta Kappa, and the honors program, in which students at Santa Barbara City College take special courses that are identified as honors courses, and there's more expected of them and so forth. The reason for these programs is so that everybody can have something to aspire. They are inspirational. It's inspirational to watch these students struggle and succeed at the highest possible level. They become eligible for scholarships all over the country, and we have every reason to be proud of them. We made some interesting discoveries as a consequence of the discussion, and I'm glad that we're taking this approach. I have uncorrected notes. I noticed that I misspelled something, and that's because it's operator error. Despite having 4 readers, no less. All right, that's the end of my report.
Fiscal Committee met on April 7th, and we considered the updated budget development timeline, tentative budget assumptions, and the tentative budget for the unrestricted general fund revenues. And I think the bottom line that you would be most interested in is that our actual unrestricted general fund revenues from federal, state, and local was about $87 million in 12-13, about $87 million in 13-14, and for 14-15, we're expecting an increase at this moment of about 1.8 million, and it could, there's reason for some optimism that could be further augmented in the governor's May revise of the budget. So this is good news. Oh, and I might add that on facilities, that the Locke project was, as Marianne said, really impressive. A community college that shall be unnamed apparently was visiting and talking with us about how we did it, and they said we couldn't do the paperwork in the amount of time you took to install it. And it is not only installed, but working remarkably well, as we understand. And the other thing I might mention is that what is coming through as a change order in large part was a strategy to reduce cost, not really a change order. It was a strategy to do it in separate parts to enable us to control costs better, and it was estimated we saved about $200,000 to $300,000 doing that.
Thank you.
I thought it was, I was very pleased with the report on the Locke system, because the strategy used maybe was put in place to control costs, but the long-term benefits is that we have a lot of personnel on campus that thoroughly understand the system, and so we can keep it functioning properly, without a huge budget or big surprises. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. I miss being on those committees. The one downside of being a president, otherwise it's all positive stuff. This time of year is very busy, as Lori said, with the academic calendar coming to an end, and along with our board of self-evaluation, we need to do an evaluation of the superintendent president. And we all worked together to come up with a good evaluation tool last year, and we'll be using that again. But I wanted to check with you all about the timeline to make sure no one is going to miss any of the meetings, because last year that became a problem at the last minute. Can we take a minute and just go over them? So by May 1st, Lori will submit her self-evaluation to the entire board. So that doesn't require you being there. We'll be distributing the survey instruments to the groups, and they're all due back May 15th. May 22nd is a regular board meeting. We'll all be there, I hope. We'd like 100% participation. That'll be a closed session without Lori to have a discussion about the survey results. I've asked, last year Marianne and Peter did a great job at drafting the report, and I've asked them to do it again. I hope everybody was as impressed as I was with the job they did.
I was.
Yeah. Can we, we'll need an editor to review. Yes, okay. Sorry. Okay, so May 22nd, regular board meeting, there'll be a closed session. June 12th is another regular board meeting, and that will be another closed session, and the draft evaluation will be reviewed. If it's as productive as last year, there were extensive rewrites. No. Finally, the next board meeting, scheduled board meeting, is June 26th. However, that happens to be the date Lori is taking off on her vacation, and she's going to Australia, and the flight out, the only flight she could get is on that date. So we're going to see if everybody would be available maybe on Tuesday, June 20, what is that? 4th. 26 minus 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are we able to check calendars now, or that would be Tuesday? We were thinking the same time, 4 o'clock.
Okay. Works for me.
Craig, got
Okay.
your phone on you?
Yeah, I'm good.
I was nominated and accepted to the UCSB Summer Fellowship Writing Institute, actually along with other faculty here at City College. And it starts that week, but I can just jet like out and safely over, maybe 4:15 at the latest.
Or we could start later.
We can
Yeah,
start later.
I feel
Yeah.
like that would be
Is
the
it a
best thing to do.
daytime thing?
It is a daytime thing.
Okay.
And I would need time to like just download a little bit on the way here.
Start.
So I think it ends at 3-ish, 30, and then maybe I'll eat something and come.
5 o'clock?
I mean, you guys know I eat bananas all day long at meetings.
So Tuesday, June
Is that too late?
24th at 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
That would be the only agenda item, because you still have the regular board
Yeah,
meeting.
we'll still have a regular board meeting, and I believe Jack Friedlander will be filling in for you for that.
Yes, I haven't asked him yet.
Oh, sorry, Jack.
Yeah, that would be better.
That works for you? Okay,
Yeah.
5 o'clock on Tuesday, that'll be the final meeting, and at that point, we'll have the closed session with Lori to go over her evaluation.
Okay, but we'll still have the 26th.
We'll still have our meeting on the
Okay,
26th,
okay.
there'll only be one item, and that's the president evaluation on Tuesday.
That works, thanks.
Everybody's good with that? And any contractual stuff can be handled after her vacation. Yay, I feel like wrapping up the meeting now, but unfortunately, we have our whole agenda in front of us.
Wow.
Robert, come on up.
I'm not sure I like being preceded by the word unfortunate.
Good for you.
I got to bring some decorum.
All right. Just a brief report on our accreditation, the status of our accreditation project. All the standards committees continue to meet biweekly. We're talking about a group of roughly 70 people that are dedicated to doing a great job on this, and it's not easy. I mean, writing, first of all, and writing about, you know, accreditation standards, which are sometimes redundant and cross-referencing, but everybody's doing a great job. This is all saved in Google Docs, so for a lot of people, that's a new adventure and a new challenge, but it's working really well. We don't have to worry about who's got the latest version, and did you see my changes, and people can make comments. Everybody can see everybody else's work, which is also great. So that's a big success. A big challenge is gathering together all the evidence and all the minutes and surveys and documents that we need to back up our statements that we are indeed a great college. And our next draft is due May 30th, so that's what everybody's working towards now. And after the May 30th draft, the next one is August. Roughly every 3 months after that will be another draft iterating towards the final product. It comes to you for first reading in June of 2015. practically tomorrow. So that's a brief summary. Any questions, comments?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, next up, some resolutions. Lori, did you want to introduce these, or should I?
No, I can. Or
Items
whatever
for
your
future board
pleasure is.
consideration.
There are no items.
They're usually listed if we
Yeah.
have any. Yeah, I learned that.
Okay. Okay, I'm happy to do this. So the first resolution is called the Order of Election, and this is required by the Elections Office of Santa Barbara County to announce, if you will, that we have need for an election to seat 4 trustees in November 2014. The County Superintendent of Schools, Bill Cerrone, has already made the statement that it will be a consolidated election, meaning that any other special boards of education will be on the same ballot. But this is our determination that we need to be on that ballot as well.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Second, and there'll be a roll call.
Trustee Croninger?
Aye.
Trustee Kugler?
Aye.
Trustee Macker?
Aye.
Trustee Nielsen?
Aye.
Trustee Bloom?
Aye.
Trustee Haslam?
Aye.
Trustee Gallardo?
Aye.
Student Trustee Alvarez?
Aye.
Okay,
Second resolution goes hand in hand, and it basically exclaims or claims or states who will bear the cost of filing the candidate statement, and that will be the candidate and not the district.
okay,
Dang.
motion to approve.
I'm sorry?
I said dang. I move to approve.
Second.
Craig seconds. Angie?
Trustee Croninger?
Aye.
Trustee Kugler?
Aye.
Trustee Macker?
Aye.
Trustee Nielsen?
Aye.
Trustee Bloom?
Aye.
Trustee Haslam?
Aye.
Trustee Gallardo?
Aye.
Student Trustee Alvarez?
Aye.
Okay,
And then the final resolution is that again, joyous occasion where the board is in very vocally acknowledging the contributions of our classified staff by acknowledging that May 18th through 24th is Classified School Employee Week. And at that time, on Monday morning, we have a tradition, well, it's a one-year tradition, we're going to continue, of the administrators serving classified staff breakfast burritos, and you're more than welcome to attend.
when is that going to be again?
It's the Monday of this week, which I believe is the 19th, if, yeah, anyone has a calendar, I believe that's.
At what
19th.
time?
Monday of next?
No, the May
The May,
19th.
oh,
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
send it out, yeah.
All right.
So we do ask your approval of this resolution.
What's
I move approval.
Second?
second? Angie?
Trustee Croninger?
Aye.
Trustee Kugler?
Aye.
Trustee Macker?
Aye.
Trustee Nielsen?
Aye.
Trustee Bloom?
Aye.
Trustee Haslam?
Aye.
Trustee Gallardo?
Aye.
Student Trustee Alvarez?
Aye.
Lori, you're next on the agenda, but no items, so we'll call up Pat English.
Good afternoon, members of the board, and Dr. Gaskin. I have the consent agenda items for you this evening, items 4(1)A through E. But before I can put them before you for approval, I do have a couple of changes. They're on, both of them are on page 2 of 2 of item 4.1 or 4(1)A. One is actually a correction in one of the to be announced. The security supervisor is actually not an appointment, but it is a promotion. I'll read you the information. I also have it for you in writing if you'd prefer it that way. I'll give it to Angie. Distribute those if you would prefer it in writing. The promotion is for Race Coakley. Race is spelled R-A-Y-C-E. Coakley, C-O-K-E-L-E-Y. He is being promoted to the position of security supervisor at the rate of step 3, level 133, step 3, and the effective date is April 25th, so that would be effective tomorrow. The other to be announced is under classified appointment. We have appointed Alexandria Barminski as our DSPS service provider. Alexandria is her first name. Barminski, B as in boy, ARMINSKI. She will begin level 33, step 3, and her start date will be May the 6th. Those are the only changes on the consent agenda. So I can present it now to you if you would like to approve in a block.
I so move.
Second?
Okay, I guess item E, did you want to point out, Lori, about the stipend?
No, not really, unless
Yeah.
there were questions. I
Yeah.
had indicated that typically you see stipends under ed programs, but this is one that was unrelated to ed programs, but was provided to a faculty member, so I just wanted to make note of that.
Okay, so did we have a motion?
Yes,
I'm
in a
sorry.
second.
All in
Peter
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Nope.
Thank you.
Kenley, you're up. You needed a man who needs no introduction.
I just read the agenda, I apologize. So what you have here is the new curriculum changes, new courses, changes, and removals from our curriculum. There's a couple pages long. As you can see, the curriculum advisory committee has been very busy and continues to be busy. Open for questions.
Any questions or motion to approve?
I so move.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Item
I-
5.2.
It's 5.2. I was thinking, Pat and I always make a bet on who is more accurate and when the board meeting will end. I just realized since I go one after Kenley, but after her, I can either be more verbose or very brief, depending on how the size of the bet. So today I'll be brief. So I'm recommending approval of 5.2, approval of stipends for faculty.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Marty seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Okay, thank you. Next item is 5.3, this is approval of the new courses for the Center for Lifelong Learning. And probably the most popular course might be Gone with the Wind, what to do with your drought when stricken yard. Right.
So we
Right.
had a motion, motion from Peter. Do we have a
I'll second that.
Okay, second from Christian. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You must have picked an early time.
I did, so Pat, still paying up.
Unless Joe's in on it.
I was going to say, Pat, thanks. I will enjoy that dinner, and we'll now go into a filibuster. Actually, but I will present for your approval on the consent agenda items, 6.1. I think most of them were already discussed because they were in the facilities committee meeting. Which, thank you for the comments. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank you. I know I already said it again to the committee members. It's so nice to know that you've spent the time, and I know you have, to look at these all in detail. Craig?
I have a question. I think it'd be very brief, and it's on, it's the recycle bins, forms and surfaces, humanities and IDC waste recycle bins. That's P0004615 and 4616. And if you add the dollar amount together, it was $27,000 and change. And I was wondering, how many recycle bins or glorified trash cans we got for that kind of money. Seems like I saw something like this about, well, many months ago, about some recycle containers that we spent like 40 grand on. So I just have a question about it.
Well, let me just get to it. Okay, so
I don't
it's P-
expect you to have,
Well, I can speak to it partially.
can-
When I
okay. I mean, I
came
know.
here, I was pretty dismayed at the quality of our trash cans, and frankly, at the lack of recycling cans. And in fact, had sent a photo to Julie of recyclable cans that are solar-powered and crush to maximize the efficiency and effectiveness. Those are very, very expensive. But what they did was to purchase high quality, not the highest quality by any means, high quality cans that meet the intent of the aesthetics of campus. So that was at my direction. I don't know the cost per, but I also have asked her to look interior as well, relative to trash and recycle.
I just thought it was a bunch of money for trash cans, and so it got my
Actually,
attention.
yeah. They were very cost effective. When I did this at my other institution, it cost more like $47,000 for the whole campus. Now, I don't know what part of the campus we've done here, and I don't know if we've done it at Wake and Shot, but. it
Well, I
was at
couldn't
my-
tell how many either, just cans. It
Yeah.
doesn't say how many, indoors, outdoors, or any other information. And I know it's a small thing, but
You'll see
I
them
do
when you walk
read
around.
this stuff. And
You'll see them when you walk around, they're the blue, and then the nicer sides. Trash cans on college campuses get thrashed.
They do,
Then
they
they-
do also at the city.
Exactly.
At the city level, we pay a huge amount.
And because people go into them as
Yeah.
well, so they get thrashed.
And they hit them with baseball bats and stuff. It's totally amazing.
They try skateboarding on them, too.
There you go.
Well, hopefully
They're
not.
durable, Craig.
Yeah.
that's my pet peeve, was like, all this money, and we could maybe use it somewhere else.
Get somebody to
Okay.
quit doing that.
Good
Yeah.
idea, we're being green.
Hey, quit beating on them with baseball bats.
Yeah.
Peter had a question.
On item 6.1b, just a point of clarification, when we vote in favor of a warrant, what are we voting for?
Oh.
It's not a small item, it's over $5 million, so I really,
You're approving the expenditures essentially of the institution and for this time period. So it's all the checks that we've written from the previous board meeting to the current board meeting. It's those expenditures. And so it's the basic operating costs of the college. That's why it's such a large number. We have the total budget, if you look at everything, is around 130 million. So it's, this does not include payroll, this is outside, this is other operating expenses, but that's what you're approving.
I'm thinking
It's a
out
big
loud
number.
here. No, that doesn't bother me. I'm thinking this is a public document, and the public will come to look at this and wonder, as I did, as I have before. Maybe there's a word or two that could be added to this that would suggest to the general public that this is to cover operating expenses between these two periods.
Okay, yes, we'll do that in the write-up. We can
That'd be
add-
nice, yeah, just each month.
Thank you, Peter,
Mhm.
for your suggestion. Appreciate it.
Any other questions or comments on 6.1? Then
6.1J, the California Multiple Award Schedule contract. I'm imagining that is to digitize everything that we have and then destroy hard copy stuff.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yes, microfiche.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and they charge 13 cents to destroy a piece of paper, or is that for a whole document?
Well,
No, I thought it was a price per pound or something of paper,
yeah,
wasn't it?
it's not per paper or per document, it is a volume.
By weight or something. I don't-
Okay, thanks.
Because it beats, doing this.
Yes, it's per pound.
Per pound.
It's 13.2 cents per pound.
Thank you.
I guess there wouldn't be any more since we're at J. So did I have a motion to approve?
You know your alphabet.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And no abstentions? Okay.
Okay.
Next item, Joe.
We can take resolution number 30, which is the budget transfers between major objects, and resolution number 31, the augmentation of revenue together.
Someone like to propose approval? Peter does. Could you speak it out loud, though?
Oh, sure. I move to approve these two resolutions,
Thank you.
30 and 31.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Marcia. All in roll call.
Trustee Croninger?
Aye.
Trustee Kugler?
Aye.
Trustee Macker?
Aye.
Trustee Nielsen?
Aye.
Trustee Bloom?
Aye.
Trustee Haslam?
Aye.
Trustee Gallardo?
Aye.
Student Trustee Alvarez?
Aye. And then the last item is resolution number 32, which is the transfer from ending fund balance.
Move approval.
Thank you, Peter.
I'll second. Go ahead. Craig, second.
Craig seconded. Angie?
Trustee Croninger?
Aye.
Trustee Kugler?
Aye.
Trustee Macker?
Aye.
Trustee Nielsen?
Aye.
Trustee Bloom?
Aye.
Trustee Hasland?
Aye.
Trustee Gallardo?
Aye.
Student Trustee Alvarez?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Joe.
you, Joe.
That looks like it to me, so I think we can adjourn.
We need to know which one.
Pardon me?
Get out of town.